A teacher always needs one full piece of chalk at the start of a day, and always has 1/3 of a piece of chalk remaining at the end of a day. The teacher hates to waste, and will combine leftover pieces to make a new piece of chalk. To find how many days 9 pieces of chalk will last, you need to know something about fractions. A fraction is a number that compares a part with a whole. In the figure, the shaded part represents half of the whole circle. Fractions are written in the form a over b. The top number is called the numerator, and the bottom number is called the denominator. The denominator represents the number of equal-sized pieces in a whole unit. The numerator represents the number of pieces made by the part. If you imagine a whole represented by a circle, what fraction of the circle do you think is made by the shaded area? The shaded area is 7/9 of the whole circle. The denominator is 9 because the whole has 9 equal pieces. The numerator is 7 because the part has 7 pieces. If a rectangular bar represents a whole unit, 7/9 can be made by dividing the bar into 9 equal pieces and shading 7 of those pieces. If a set of 9 objects represents a whole unit, the fraction 7 over 9 can be made by shading 7 of those pieces. If a whole unit is the distance from 0 to 1 on the number line, 7/9 is made by creating an arrow with length equal to 7 of 9 equal-sized steps. Use the controls to see if you can represent 5/6 of a whole circle. The fraction 5 over 6 is made by dividing the whole circle into 6 equal-sized pieces and forming a part from 5 of the pieces. Use the controls to see if you can represent 7/8 of a whole rectangular bar. The fraction 7 over 8 is made by dividing the whole bar into 8 equal-sized pieces and forming a part with 7 of the pieces. Use the controls to see if you can represent 13/20 of a set of objects. The fraction 13 over 20 is made by creating a set of 20 objects and forming a part with 13 of the objects. Use the controls to see if you can represent 4/7 on the number line. The fraction 4 over 7 is made by dividing the distance from 0 to 1 on the number line into 7 equal-sized steps and making an arrow with a length of 4 steps. Here is a pattern where the fractions have a denominator of 3 and the numerator increases by 1 each time. What fraction do you think comes next? The next fraction is 4/3 and represents a whole with 3 equal-sized pieces and a part with 4 pieces. A fraction where the numerator is larger than the denominator is called an improper fraction. An improper fraction can also be written as a mixed number. A mixed number has a whole number and a fraction. Use the controls to see if you can model the improper fraction 10 over 7. Since a whole circle has 7 equal pieces, and there are 10 pieces shaded, the figure models 10/7, or 1 3/7. Now back to our problem of finding how many days 9 pieces of chalk will last. The 9 whole pieces will last for 9 days. Each of the 9 holes will have 1/3 part left over. The leftover parts can be combined to make 3 new holes. The 3 new holes can be used for days 10, 11, and 12. Each of the 3 new holes will have a 1/3 part left over. The leftover parts can be combined to make 1 new hole. This new hole can be used for day 13. So the 9 pieces of chalk can last 13 days in total.